Right, Neil. Welcome to my Purist podcast.
It'll be fun.
I thought, who better to speak to you about boxing? Someone I know more about their career.
Yeah.
Obviously, we can talk in depth about where we believe could have been better, could have improved, could have changed certain things, which is my main reason behind it. I want to, we fell into a lot of the wrong maybe habits, maybe life choices.
Can't go wrong now.
Do you know what I mean? I think let's go right back. I mean, you started with the Kirkdale. I've been there since 11. You started at 16, did you say?
I used to go when I was a kid, but I was always getting lashed.
Getting torn out from being a little fucker.
Collecting bommy wood, something like that.
Yeah. So, but as you said before, on the way in the car, I done my knee in, done my cartilage at the time.
Yeah. You weren't there when I first started. You weren't there for a few.
I never had weeks off. I was never.
It was about a month or so, I reckon.
It was only a couple of weeks, but maybe you got good in a short time. Anyway, I fucking know that. But obviously, we were talking before, but you had to come up to my level very quick.
You was the best lad in our gym then.
Yeah, I was good but I boxed for years.
Yeah, I know.
And you come to
spar early, weren't you?
Spar, you were giving me competitive spars within a few months.
Yeah.
And then we used to fucking wars after that, didn't we? And then we went on for doing that for years and years. But going back, you started out. What about we come up in a rough, tough area? But look, that's everyone did. Do you know what I mean? It was like, austere times where people didn't have much, and we were out to fend on the streets, weren't we?
Yeah, fighting, whatever.
Just kids coming through. Yeah. But boxing give us that
stability,
safe place, community. Do you know what I mean?
It sorted me out proper.
Yeah.
I was always up to no good all the time.
That's it.
As a kid, like.
And look, I look back and I'm like, maybe I didn't have boxing.
Yeah.
I'd dread to think
100% where you'd be.
Where it'd be or what my life would be like now, because it gave me so many qualities, attributes, structure, discipline, lifestyle, everything. Do you know what I mean? So, same as you for that whole time of that career.
Yeah.
Because we had to, a lot of the time when we were on it, we were on it, and we were like, but we weren't on it nowhere near enough at the time.
No. After every fight I had, I'd just go missing for weeks and weeks and weeks. When I got a little bit older, I'd be out on the benders
for weeks,
and then you're back to square one again, trying to get fit.
Sometimes you'd have to bend the sugar in camp as well. You fucking
now and then,
that sometimes crossed over. But we'll say more about that later. So you come into the gym, obviously from a maybe not underprivileged, not disadvantaged, but a rough, tough upbringing background, same as myself. Yeah. And then the boxing gave us that stability, community, and you got very good very quick, which is fucking hell. I mean, I think after a couple of fights, you were straight into the novices, weren't you?
Yeah, we third fight. I think it was against Tosh.
Was you in camp then?
I don't think so. I was out on a Thursday and boxed Tosh on the Monday.
No, because what it was, you were in a party with me.
Oh, I was on the way in.
You went the weigh-in, still up,
yeah.
All right, so this is where it started.
So Joe Vaughan was behind me.
Do you know that Mick Whitty, you think?
Joe Vaughan was standing behind me in the queue to get the weigh-in. We weren't boxing that day.
So this is this is part and parcel of what I want to talk about. So me and you were just these rough and ready street kids. We can both box, we can both fight. We're not soft.
Yeah.
But we're living the life of boxers part-time. And then living the life of just scals, going partying, going to state, to hustling a bit, just surviving, living, just grafting, getting on. But looking back now, with hindsight, it's hindsight. So I'm talking about hindsight now. You went to your first championships on a bender, and you fucking won that title. You won that title, right? I don't know how. You come back to the party, and then box 2 days later.
It's madness.
You boxed Tosh Field.
Tosh was a good fight with Tosh as well.
Tough, fit, older fella. We were only kids. We were 19. Tosh was in his 30s by then.
98 was that, was it?
90.
I think it was 8 and you won the ABAs next year, didn't
98.
You? Yeah, 99 you won the ABAs, didn't you?
Yeah.
No,
it was 98.
At the end of 98 it was.
98. And we'd gone to Benidorm with the club and we were smashed in Benidorm when we were 18 with the club.
It was just after that, weren't it?
Having just like drinking and whatever else. Know what I mean?
And bottles of mules, remember them?
Yeah, bottles of Smirnoff and all that. Yeah. So then you went through. We had a few boss knockouts in the novices that year.
Yeah, that lad who went on that that show. He was on the show. It's with a body shot. What was it called? The Grafton. Remember that show, The Grafton?
Yeah.
He was on that with his little medal. Told everyone he won.
He won, yeah. And on our telly show years later. Yeah, he was saying he won. Yeah. But anyway, that set a precedent for what? That you could look at that now and go, if he's doing that now at that stage, that's going to be happening. And that's true. Because, like, I mean, there's an old saying, show me the boy at 7, I'll show you the man, which is true to a certain extent. But if you started out on that path of oblivion, really.
Yeah, you just think it's the normal because everyone's doing it.
It's the norm.
Yeah, it's the norm.
And for me, if someone would have got you at that age, I meant, look, because you were super talented, right? And natural. Look, you're the most naturally gifted fighter probably I've ever met, but definitely the most naturally gifted from this city. You are, Neil. You are, definitely. You won a world bronze medal after about fucking 30 amateur fights or 40 or something. Hey, do you know what I mean? And I'd put you up there with the best. I've said to people in the past, I went, Neil, if alcohol didn't exist, I would put choices in alcohol, but look, I'd have put you up right next to the likes of Golovkin, elite level pros. If you would have lived that life with your natural gift, which was boxing, hey, you'd have been like them. You'd come out of it with them things, but obviously you didn't, right? But listen to me, listen. We're going to talk about the reasons why, and they're the reasons why. Them choices, but not having the structure in place, not having that pace. Even like, don't get me wrong, our coach was a fucking fantastic elite level coach, Chris Kane.
Chris was brilliant, man.
But he wasn't our life coach or our guardian. He was our boxing coach, and he
should have needed a shrink.
He weren't like that. He weren't a party animal when he was young. He had a little bevy, and he still goes and has a little pint now. But he didn't know what we were doing in our spare time. Yeah. Do you get me? So, if like knowing what we know now, and kids are going to go out and start doing that.
I know.
If we can help these kids,
it's between that age of 15 and 18, isn't it?
It's younger.
Do you reckon it's younger? No, he's probably 14.
It's younger.
Do you reckon?
Well, I've got a son who's 12, haven't I? I've got a son who... No, this is what I'm saying to you. Yeah. I have been, not down his ear or on his case, but I've been boxing with him, playing with him. Hey, I've been exercising with him.
Yeah.
Look, and I've been telling him, lad, these are the things you've got to stay away from. When he comes home and he goes to me, Dad, I think he always on them vapes, you know, and I go, well, it's none of your business.
Yeah, just stay away.
He'll come home sometimes and he'll go to me.
Just let me turn his phone off.
Go on.
Yeah,
sound. It's doing my head in. More importantly, I've paid. No, leave it in. Yeah. It's all no holds barred. This is good.
Hey, but I'll tell you
it is doing me head in, and if he does it again, you're not getting away with this shit.
I don't have the money. When I first started, you know, I was with me and Torba were in there. We were in the garden, the alleyway, the little, where you get out, in and out, the sides exits. No, the sides exits outside.
From the gym?
No, in the streets.
From our gym?
Yeah, the Al gym.
Sorry,
the Al gym. And we was drinking a bottle of cider, and he was
after
boxing.
The gym?
No, I went in the gym, so I started. Yeah. He was in the gym at the time.
Because he had a few fights before.
He had 13 fights, Torba, didn't he?
Torba had a few,
yeah. He was all right, wasn't he?
He was good, yeah. Good little style.
And he was going, why didn't you come back to the gym? Why didn't you come in? Chris won't let me. He went, well, just come in. So I come in. And
was you drinking a bottle of cider?
What?
Was you drinking a bottle of cider outside the gym?
Cider. No, the gym is shut. It was like the beach was sober, by the way. It was 2 of us, and we were a little bit pissed, you know what I mean? Yeah. And then so the next day I went in, and then 2 months later I was in the ring.
You were, yeah.
And 2 months, like, didn't look back then.
Sorry, just to go back to our Sonny, sorry. So we were just talking about what, like, and I'll go back to that in a minute, right? Talking about when you first started gym, but look, the reason I'm going, because kids are younger. Yeah. Kids now are like,
having them balloons and all.
Got everything around them, Neil. What they don't know they shouldn't be doing, but it's like the big thing. It used to be a bit later when we were younger, but now he's coming up, Dad, they're having them vape. But I'm so glad that he's also
in his age,
his school, 12 and that, hey, and starting to have joints and things, and
they are
and the next thing will be booze.
Yeah.
Now, I've already gone to him, lad, look, and I walk the walk with him now, because he's seen me have a little drink occasionally, but now I've gone, look, now I'll have a couple of glasses of red wine in there, my beer, with my tea, and I'll hardly ever, don't get me wrong, I will drink occasionally, but I've said to him, look, I hardly drink now because I want him to follow that path, and I can't really tell him I never want him to drink if I'm doing it regularly, or I'm getting pissed or having, do you know what I mean? So, but he tells me what's going on, because he confides in me as a mate, because I've always been that close to him.
Yeah.
But because I've been instilling exercise into him from an early age and like playing with him boxing, you can see it now. And he's already got, like, he'll come home sometimes and go, Dad, can we go to the gym? Can we have a bit of pad or just a little bit of movement? And like, I'm going to go for a run. He's like that. He'll come home and train. He's doing really well, but
he was doing well. But this is the thing.
He's had a few skills fights, but the last few years, I've not been living the best life where you can get. No.
I know that.
I'm not criticising you. Like, we're just talking openly. I'd love you to go to him and go, look, lad, this is it now. I want to give you the best chance of fulfilling. If you want a box, don't get me wrong. You might turn around and go, I don't want a box, I don't want that. But even getting him in the gym will give him better.
He's been going to the gym.
Well, if he's going to the gym, and he has boxed a bit, hasn't he?
Yeah, he knows. He's all right, so it's all right.
Of course he is, because he's fucking your son. He's obviously got it genetically, which son he has as well. And you'll have that in you. So if you can get hold of Mike, that you're on the right path, which I'm going to try and help you stay on, which you haven't been on, which we've agreed. But I'm going to try. I can't.
Of course I am.
But if you get him,
that's it.
All right. If you get him,
the parting days are over, Joe.
If you get him and you get him back in the gym regularly, and you're training with him, and then he might go on to do, as well as you did, or even but then also have the lifestyle to sustain it in the amateur, in the pros. Do you know what I mean?
Starts getting into the all women now. That was
we'll see. Yeah, I know, but that happens, doesn't it? But everyone, do you know what I mean? But that's again, it's your choices again. If you want to, if you want to go.
You want to do it.
So anyway, we go back, right? And then we've talked about your first title, right? You won the novice ABAs. Then not long after that, I won the ABAs, didn't I? In '99, early '99.
It's done well there, Joe.
Yeah,
got better as the tournament went on.
I did, but if you think about it, Neil, I was lucky as well a little bit, because that fight with me, I got
flattened. You know, really.
Mate, that would have been stopped. Because nowadays, my vest was red, wouldn't he? Right? And the first punch, now listen to this.
Big left hand.
I had him on the pads through the week, right? And he thrown the same shot that he flattened me with. And I went to myself, how the fuck did I stay up off that 20 years ago? 23,
did you get a flashback?
23 years ago. I got a shudder. And then he put me down again because he was such a big puncher.
I was there.
But I was just staying in the fight, scoring.
I used to call him Blanca.
He was such an hard puncher, such a fucking anyway. But so I was lucky to win that title.
Yeah.
As well.
You're lucky though, because you were tough that fight out there.
I toughed that fight out.
You need a little bit of luck.
You've seen me in some bad situations in rings. Have I ever quit?
No.
I've never quit, have I? Even when I've been down and bad, I've always, if I'm not knocked out, I'll get up. I've got to meet, know what I mean? But same as yourself. But we go on from there. I win an ABA title in '99, which inspired you more so. And you're like, I want to do that next.
But if you can remember though, I went and lived in Spain for 6 months, didn't I, first?
Yeah, you went away and you were working, but then you come back and you just picked up where you left off. You went straight in. On the back of not much experience, right? But then you were like, right, but you were in the ABA 7 fights, is that right? You entered the ABA after 7 fights.
7 fights, yeah. I got beat 6 fights.
I think it was 6
or 7. 7, 8, 9. I got beat on my 10th fight by Stephen Swales. So
look, listen, don't forget, I'll come back to that now, but you beat the likes of Lee Burns, who was a very, very, very...
He's a nice kid, isn't he?
A very, very well-respected, high-regarded amateur who'd won all kinds of junior titles, right? You come in and beat him in your seventh ever fight. Unprecedented, unheard of. How are you beating kids like that who've performed at that level all their life, since 11 years of age, you get me? Then you beat Richie Rooney.
Richie Rooney as well.
Very good mate of mine, as you know. We boxed, sparred together. It was in school together, and then you fought. And Richie won 3 junior titles.
Do you know when Joe O'Neill was going to beat him? I had sparred him a few months before. I remember hitting him with a big straight left hand, and I could just see it in his eyes. Yeah, and that gave me the confidence.
At middleweight, you were a massive puncher. You were.
I lost power when I went down.
When you were strong at middleweight, look. That backhand of yours, mate, it weren't even the right hook at the time. That straight backhand you used to nail people with it.
It's just like, it doesn't throw, can't throw it the same as it used to.
Yeah, I know, because you're fucking about 20 years older. I know what I mean? So it's, that happens. It's called age. Right?
I'm Benjamin Button.
Right? I am. So anyway, you beat Richie, and I was surprised you beat Richie.
Do you think he's going to do me?
No, look.
I've seen you sparring. I managed to watch you spar.
I believe Richie was going to beat you because he boxed at such a high level. I'd been on England squads with him. Quality operator. Don't get me, I had some boss spars, and I think you sparred with Richie as well down the line.
I sparred him in the Kirkdale once.
And you beat him, and I was like, fucking hell, and then you went on. And obviously you met like a highly decorated, and I mean probably the best fighter, one of the best fighters you ever boxed in Stephen Swales. Someone who planned to go on.
Only Englishman has ever beat me.
What?
Only Englishman ever to beat me.
Ever?
OJ Byrne beat me, but I got robbed.
Yeah.
by 1 point.
But you said the only fella. But
no, I said English. I said English.
Wait, where's Ozzy beating from?
No, he beat me by 1 point, but I won the fight early.
So anyway, Stephen Swales, right, look, go back. I'd watched him over the years, winning title after title after title. Beat Ricky Hatton in Northwich.
Did he, yeah?
Beat Ricky Hatton in a Northwest final.
He was good, he was hard to
Had a barnstorm with Ricky Hatton. Beat Ricky Hatton, went on.
Good,
he made him quality,
well,
boss lad.
Kid.
Someone who would like to interview down the line. Because he fell out of boxing young. One of the ABAs fell out of it.
He runs all triathlons, you know.
Yeah, but he still speaks to him. He trains really hard, looks after himself.
Yeah, he does,
and he's got a really good, positive existence after boxing, which not many people do have. Especially when they don't get to the very, very top and have all kinds of money, which is what we're talking about. But anyway, you goes through and loses to Swales in the semi-finals, but then I think you entered again the year after, didn't you?
Threw me back in the semis.
And you were meant to fight Carl Froch.
I was a box Frost, but I was a beat him anyway.
You beat him after that twice.
I beat him in the final the next year.
Team Frost, yeah.
Stopped, blasted him. And I was a box Froch in the final that year. I would have loved to fight him, but my back, I couldn't even walk.
And I think you would have beat him.
That year.
Because you were flying.
I think
you'd have beat him. Because don't get on, Carl Froch is an animal, look what he done, but he was tough, but you had the style. People who were just like, you know, straight coming, straight shots, hard, you know, even hard punches, tough, fit people. You had their number because you were so awkward. Do you know what I mean? You could beat people like that and outmaneuver them and outbox them because you were so awkward as a southpaw. Do you know what I mean? I literally think I was very good against southpaw boxers.
You was pro then, weren't you?
I think I turned pro first.
Because we saw we used to spar every day. Remember the wars of a Saturday? We used to go in the gym, just me and you with the keys.
Yeah, used to go in and just fucking batter each other. which is some of the best things about boxing.
Hello.
This is like, you can have people who you can like knock lumps out of which, and then they become like your best mates and your mates for life because you've got that thing in common, you know, that like close quarters combat.
Go for a big spar and go for a bevy.
Well, we've obviously done that in the past foolishly, but going on, your career moved on. You lost to, sorry, you had to pull out against Carl Froch, but the year went in.
The next year
after it and won them, didn't you?
Yeah, and I went to Four Nations.
Four Nations, you won gold. You beat Kenny Egan, who's an Olympic silver medalist.
Yeah.
The fellow who beat me in a later fight.
Yeah, you boxed him as well, didn't you?
I boxed him later on, yeah. I got robbed as well myself, but no, he beat me. He beat me in a good fight, but it was a good close fight.
Yeah,
it was a good scrap in Dublin.
In Dublin,
yeah.
I was there, yeah.
That's the thing. I could compete. You were an elite level performer. You were like elite and boxed at that level and won at that level. I boxed at elite level but lost at that level. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But that's the difference with our levels in as a boxer. You were a better level. But even like you went on and you were beating these people at middle. But then the lifestyle, coming back to it, it was never ever structured, fully disciplined.
No.
Neil.
I just wanted to get home.
Yeah. Every summer, it was out the window for 3 months.
Yeah, the gym.
There was hardly any training. There was hardly any training, minimal. Maybe a little tick. Oh, weights. We done weights, did we?
Yeah,
we did weights, but we weren't fit.
Where we going to do the weights and then go out?
Yeah.
What's the point?
That's what I mean. But you
2 steps forward, 2 steps back.
You analogized it well the other day. You said, if you win a fight and that the next day you feel great, then if you keep training and keep making progress, and then by the next fight you're going to have made steps forward and improved. If you go out on the ale or go, you're taking a step back. It takes a week to get back. You're always in deficit. You're always fighting a losing battle.
You're never getting better.
Yeah,
you're getting better, but not the way you could.
You're kidding yourself. You're never going to fulfill your potential, which is like the main reason why I want to speak to. I mean, I'm glad that we're talking me and you first, because we can talk openly and honestly about it and what we've done. We fucked it up.
I know.
Do you know, we fucked it up. Like, look, you more so than me, because look, I was dead lucky. I was literally, I'd been to Nick for hustling when I was 16 because that's what we were doing.
Yeah.
I went to Nick with my ma, didn't I? And then got out and thought, shit, I need to get a job. I'm not going back there again. And I haven't been back. Do you know what I mean? Good enough. And Mick Garvey, who's obviously a real good mate of mine still now, took me on, gave me a trade. I can't imagine what it was like for him. Because I was a little fucker, you know what I mean? I was out
fighting every weekend,
partying, fighting, fucking picking me up. He banged the door down because I was meant to be labouring for him. I'd be in bed after being out and all that, but like he looked after me.
Would we go to work? Would you still go?
Go to work, yeah. Get me a down on a bag of adhesive and all that on me dinner, and do you know what I mean? But I look back now and like I'm glad he persevered with me because I was hard work. You know what I mean? I was handful because obviously I was a volatile character because I was obviously had a lot of anger and aggression in me from what I'd gone through as a kid, which I look back now and I know that. But I go, good job he stood on, because that, like, aside to me boxing, I sometimes when I had a fight coming up, I'd get up train before work, go work all day, then go straight to the gym. I wouldn't sit on the couch. It was hard.
Yeah, if you sit down, you don't want to go, do you?
I learned to trade, which even stands me in good stead now. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It stood me good. And like, that's another big part about what I want to try and speak to young lads about, especially young little ruffians, really, like us, and go, look.
Some of them don't listen. Look, it's hard to get into them.
You've got to train. You've got to get up early, even though it's hard. You've got to fuck that weed off, and you've got to like either not drink or minimise the booze, because if you want to follow all these divvies around and be walking around carrying, do you know what I mean?
They've all got them, haven't they?
So if you want to fall into that, you're going to be dead in jail, and then if you start going down your road where you're going to be smoking and boozing and that, then you're going, your health's going, your freedom's going. You need to start looking after yourself from a very young age, or have people around you who are going to go.
You need the right people.
They need
I
that.
Didn't really have a father figure. I had Brian, but
of course.
Not like a proper father figure.
Well, Neil, a strong man is imperative, I think.
I know.
Right, for a strong father figure, even if it's not your biological father, if you've got a strong father figure, what can pass on the knowledge we've got, the likes of me and you, right?
Yeah.
But we've got the knowledge of what not to do as well.
Because we've done the bad.
We've done all the stupid.
Stupid, yeah.
The fuck, the stupid. The foolish.
Now we look back and you think, what was it?
Neil, hindsight's such a wonderful thing, right? Now look, but if we can help get these kids at the right age and go, look, this is what it's done for us. We done that, and that, what you're considering doing, right? If you do that, this is going to be the end result, I promise you. But if you do this and a lot of it, and these habits, because a lot of the learning I've accrued after my boxing career, I wish I knew when I was boxing.
Yeah.
Do you know the simple things, like even like doing like yin yoga and things like that, Neil, which is so good.
Yoga?
Just like it just really loosens you and stretches you and makes you
like normal yoga.
Dead gentle, very slowly. It's like
Japanese
slow. It's like slow. Your whole stretches for like 2-3 minutes, and it just loosens and just rejuvenates your body. Do you know what I mean? Now, things like that, like doing that along with all your hard training, people just crash bang wallop 100% of the time.
Bloody warm up.
No, you know what I mean? Or warm down properly, things like that.
Stretching
now, if we can try and pass on, obviously, what to do, a lot of, what to do less of, and try to go, look, we're the same type of like street kids as yous, and them bad choices led to this. You know what I mean? Yeah. But look, this is my main goal and the reason behind this podcast. I want to inspire young fighters. I want to inspire young sportsmen.
Yeah.
Especially young fighters, because for us, we know I like a blueprint of what you've got to do. Especially you were the elite 69 key fighter. I mean, the England squad manoeuvred you down to 69 key to allow for Chunky, James D. Gale.
What happens? I'd run the ABAs, I'd run the Four Nations and the Commonwealth Games in 2002. And I'd beat Stephen Birch. And then
I know they've had high quality,
he was a brilliant
massively
number one,
decorated.
and I was number 2. Yeah. But I beat him, won the ABAs, then won the Four Nations, beat the world number 6 or something. I think Egan was then.
He was, yeah.
Yeah, he was. And then they sent Birch.
Yeah.
At middle. And then when we were supposed to be going to qualifiers, I'd won them the next year in the qualifiers for the Olympics, and they sent Ricardo Sams, and I went, why aren't you sending me?
Yeah.
Why aren't you sending me?
A bit of favouritism.
And I went, you're not big enough for middleweight, he's got more experience. So I went, well, I'm the champion, let's have a box off. Let me fight him now, but behind closed doors, whoever wins goes. We can't do that. So, I was fuming. And
it's crazy because whilst you weren't the biggest middleweight, you were performing and you were beating all the middleweights. You were still knocking people out and you were still strong. I mean,
but I do a lot like welter, like, do you know what I mean?
You've done a lot of welter, Neil, but your sort of your passion and your sort of grit, your main attribute was your grit and your power. And a middleweight, Matt Korobov was same size as you.
Korobov, yeah.
Korobov, he was only your size, about 5'6".
Well, that joke.
He was your size. Well, you don't have to be a big tall.
Olympic diver, him, as well.
Korobov,
yeah.
As a light heavy, I had success.
You
I
were
was
only
5'11 and a half.
To get the half in
I think the half's got, I've got to measure to me. It was 5'11, so I was shrinking. I was definitely shrinking, but 5'11, I was fighting 6'3", Paul Keir. But he's about 7 foot, isn't he? People like that.
Big Paul.
You boss Keir as well, you big Keir as well.
Years ago when we know, just like.
But talking about, so we're going back to, so then obviously, but as we advance in years, as we're getting older, and I had a stint as a pro, but I had a bad experience and thought, you know what, like, I've been put in with a fucking animal in my second fight and I had a bad experience.
You had to drive all the way down, didn't you?
I drove down the same day of the fight and I was getting on trains and tubes.
When you put you up in a hotel?
Did you? I was in my own car. The same day. He wouldn't spend the extra. It was an hour last trick. He was paying me. He was paying me weekly, but paying me through a company like I was on a site working and all that. He was just a fucking bad blagger. And then what we do is we throw him in with him. If he beats him, then fucking Hussein Osman was like number 20. I was number 54. And he put me in on the same. And he was animal, Neil. As a 20-year-old novice pro, I shouldn't have been in the ring with him. He was an animal. He was someone to like.
Yeah, but you'd never have a fight, would you?
I didn't know.
You didn't even know who he was.
I was just fighting anyone. So he was like, he was like, he's had 4-1-4, but he's never beat no one. One of the kids he beat was this Neil Linford, who was like a decorated amateur who'd been like
boxing for England.
No, and all that. He beat him, and he was up and coming. So he'd probably throw me, and I lost by 1 point. Because he put me down with a big left hook in the third round. 10-8 rounds in a 4-round fight.
It's hard to get back.
You can't claw it back. So I lost by 1 point and he blamed me. Like, your training's wrong, you're this, you're that. But what it was, he was...
he blamed you?
He blamed me. He said, so he was like that. The company he had me working for, by the way, on a big Aussie in the Isle of Man. Remember Chris?
Yeah.
That was coming to a close. He was closing the company.
That's why you wanted
to bump the tax. So because he bumped on the tax, he was like, I would throw him up to the...
Sure he went from Liverpool?
Throw him in the deep end. Throw him in the deep end if he wins.
Was he Irish, was he?
Yeah. But anyway, he was just, he was a horrible bastard. But anyway, that's his business. That's nothing to do with me. I just went like that. Look, I'm going to go back.
So you jibbed it then for a bit, didn't you?
No, I went back to Kirkdale.
You went back. How much
there was four... There was a rule where you've had less than 4 fights, you can go back. So I went back.
Forgot about that.
I went back. I had about 40 more fights. Do you know what I mean? I got to 2 more ABA finals, didn't I?
Oh yeah, and you boxed Jaffa. Oh my God, what's happening here?
I lost to Jaffa, didn't I? And I lost to Obed.
Yeah, Obed or him, yeah.
And he's been in the medlock, him, you know.
He's been in the medlock, Obed.
Obed, yeah. But he was a nice kid. Obed, But I honestly believe I would have beaten him if I didn't get a chest infection that week of the fight. But no sour grapes. He won ABAs. He won them again. He's a good kid, good fighter. But I was too strong for him, right? But Neil, I couldn't get after one. Remember the fight? After 1 round, I was gassed. I had a chest infection the week of the fight. But you can't pull out of an ABA final, can you? What's the point?
I'll tell you that story.
Do you know what I mean?
When we was there, right? I was being bevy and all of that.
Really?
First bevy of that.
At the final, the ABA final.
The ABA final.
What did you do? What happened down there again? I can't remember.
I think it was Darren Langley was having a tears, right, in the box. And I've come in and just took the door off while he's having the box because there was no door on the other one and put it on the other door and went in. And he's sitting there having a shit.
Replaced his door?
Yeah.
You were around the bend that day. You all got blood on the coach, hadn't you?
I was. It's a Pricey was fine as well, really. I was with Deno when he had a big bottle of cheeky rim, so big bottle of the meat tanker all on the way down.
Wow, yeah, I remember that. Pricey, I think Pricey beat Suku in that fight.
Was it?
Might have been
the Navy lad, Suku.
He's a Scouse lad, yeah. Good lad.
He was boxed for the Navy, didn't he?
I think it was it, or it might have been. No, I think it was him. I can't remember anyway. That was that, but we were... Again, like another thing, but after that, like, it was an ABA final, and I lost in that one, but we'd probably go out and get bevied and go out and just like, and then...
Did you come back home on a coach with us?
No, I think I did. I can't remember, but look, we come home then, once the ABAs are over that year, the rest of the year would be like, have a little couple of, you know, when you started boxing for England, but that's have like maybe a little couple of club shows and blah, blah, blah. And it was never ever consistency. There was never ever like a consistent effort to be our best.
Yeah.
Was there? There was never...
when I was boxing for England, I did like, I'd stop drinking.
I know.
But I'd start drinking after the tournament was over again.
I know, Neil, but sometimes you come home from squads and drink.
I've done it a few times.
Do you know what I mean? Where like... And like we said before, you're taking steps back all the time when you're trying to go forward. Don't get me wrong, I know, and everyone on the England squad that time will concur. You were the elite performer every time you had track running, every time you had any kind of bleep test, strength test. Your commitment and your grit and your determination is like unparalleled. It's like people I've never seen. I mean, a more committed trainer. Like probably ever.
Yeah, but just imagine if it's a never thing.
This is what I mean.
Much more.
This is the talk, Neil. Right? This is the talk. Look, we honestly, if you were them people. If you had the knowledge and the guidance and the structure, what we're trying to pass on now, right? Hey, if you were talking to the young you now, and you go, look, hey, you would have been
slapping on
the only way you're coming out of our game, right? But anything, any kind of like real, what is it? What's the word? Legacy. Any kind of real legacy or life sustaining money. Don't get if you come out of boxing, early 30s, mid 30s at the latest. Your best years are behind you when you get into your 30s, without a doubt. Yeah. Right? If you come out, to come out of the sport with money to last you, if you're going to live till you're 75 or 80 or hopefully longer,
you need at least
you need millions. And if you haven't got any business outside of boxing, if you haven't learned to trade. Now look, the fact I learned to trade, I can go out now and maybe earn 250, 300 quid a day, which is, if I need it, it's good to have there in the background.
Yeah.
That's why young boxers, when they start out, you have to go, right, I'm going to box. I love boxing. I want to box. But but look, alongside your training, put certain things in place. Whereas, because look, every single fighter wants to be a world champion. Everyone wants to get to the very top.
Only 1%.
How many do?
1%.
1%. You know. Look,
and always it's down to bad management as well. It's not just the boxing.
Bad management with the pros and getting used. But I think it's a lot more down to lifestyle and choices in your formative years. I really think.
You need to have right friends around you, don't you, as well? I think. I know it's all down to you in the end.
No, the right friends.
Tell you not to go out.
It's like, but it's father figure. People, guidance, structure, but then knowledge. If you can try and instill a knowledge now, what you can pass on. People like us can pass on, because there's so many fighters who come out of the sport and go, fucking hell, what was it? I mean, I sometimes go like that, and I heard me went to me the other day, have you got any of your own medals or trophies? I just went, no.
My combo one's gone.
And she went, why? Because, I was like, what for? I can't.
No, I still want mine. I might have loads of mine. I've got all my vests.
But I'm not like that. I'm not sentimental like that. And I go, I can't go in and exchange them for like milk and bread. Do you know what I mean? It's not like, it doesn't pay the bills. It doesn't give me none.
I put my AB medal on Brian when he died. I put on
they're nice for sentimental value like that.
Yeah, I still like to look at them and just think back, you know what I mean? Just remember that, just memories, innit?
Fucking bad memories.
Good memories, some good memories.
God,
some good memories.
Danglish,
like that. TikTok. Hypnotise myself.
Time running out.
Time running out.
Oh, God. But no, they're nice to look back on and reminisce about the good times. They are.
Haven't you got nothing?
Nothing. Nothing. Yeah. Know what I've got? I've got 2 DVDs off Eric Guy.
Yeah, I got some off him.
With a load of me fights on. Yeah. And like, I'll only, with them, I'll probably just let Sonny watch them if he wants to watch my fights. I go like that to Sonny sometimes. I go,
have you got them little gloves? Remember them gloves you got from in the Western? The Bosch, I've got them by Simon.
I've got none.
Belts, them.
I've got none. I go like that to Sonny sometimes. I go to him, look, because I'll try to limit and restrict his time on the phone, because that's another big one, Neil. Now, these phones are killers. Look, these phones, right? They're a massive distraction, and every kid's focus is in that phone and what everyone's doing and what everyone's wearing. Now, again, not just kids, adults as well.
I know.
I go to our Sonny, give me it. I'll turn off while we're eating. I'll go, give me that now. And I'll send them something to watch on YouTube. I go, yeah, there's some learning or research, or I'll even give them like...
Yeah. I'll give them... None of that having to see.
Yeah, none of that. I'll give them Marvin Hagler against Thomas Ains or something to watch. I go, what's that? What's that for the scrap? Do you know what I mean?
Is he Orthodox or Sober?
Both.
Can he switch?
Yeah.
So our Mikey stayed in over the lockdown. Should have seen how the weight he put on, man, Joe. Went to 14 stone 8.
But this
he got it off, though, when he went to the gym. He's determined.
So he'll have
he
that
got to 10 stone, 10 and a half stone.
So let's get him then.
Or 10 stone. I think he got to 10 stone.
Me and you have massively lost touch over the past.
Yeah.
Since boxing finished. That was what we had in common.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Just went our separate ways as well, didn't we?
But follow me split up, Neil. Come on. You mean like that? Hey. We didn't mean that. Hey, look. Hey, listen. Hey, it's lifestyle and choices.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, so you know what I mean? Our lifestyles are different, and like, you know what I mean? I won't like sort of knock it out. I know what you get me. So, but now I'm glad because we went like that. Look, you've had a bit of a bad turn, and you went through the week. Look, I'm gonna get back in the gym. You went, come on, first person you've come to. Well, I come to you, didn't I? You didn't come to me. I come to you, didn't I?
Yeah.
Hey, I come to you, man. Come on, let's have a go. Let's get you back flying. Hey, and you feel, you must feel the best you felt now for 10 years.
Not 10 years. I boxed 7 years ago.
7 then. 7 then.
Nah, do you know when I retired boxing, Joe, I just went spiraled out of control and drinking vodka.
I know, Neil. I know.
Right, rock bottom.
Listen,
I had to fit.
Hey, rock bottom. I had to fit because, listen, that thing, what has consumed your life and been your life's goal.
But that was the worst. But like Tyson Fury, like they can talk about depression because they got the voice to talk about it. I was going through terrible depression, but I wouldn't tell no one.
Yeah.
Terribly depressed.
I know.
And then I was just drinking to block it out, but I wouldn't tell no one. I was have a laugh, you know what I mean? Just get people to have a laugh.
But you do know though that depression's encompassed.
And I know the ale makes you depressed even more.
Massive depression.
Massive depression.
So that vicious cycle.
But you just think, fuck off, you're not telling me, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but you're what you've given like 15 years of your life to and being to the very top of is now gone. Now, because that's gone, you're like, shit, there's a massive void in your life to fill. There's a massive void. That's why I want to go to young kids. Look, the chances are you're not going to get to the very top. You're not going to get to where you think, you know, I don't get me wrong. I want you to completely believe 100% you're going to get that belt round your waist. He's going to announce you as the new world champion. I want you to have that, right? But I also want you to think of a plan B, C and D.
Yeah, I guess fall back on.
I want you to like, hey, upskill yourself at business, at learning, at a trade, at going out there, like thinking about finances and money, and I'm going, how am I going to pay my bills? And we had this conversation about when you were getting $2,500 a month with England, and I had a mortgage by then, and I was like, started working and running a business.
Should have been because of you've been saving all
what did I say to you? I said, get a mortgage now, and you were like, no, fuck that. Do you know what I mean? But like, probably look back now and go,
I was getting out of England as well, so it was
you were getting good money. You know what I mean? So but
shouldn't I?
Hindsight, you
probably
can go.
Probably have had it took off me, you know.
What?
Probably must have got a big property.
There's no guarantee of that though, because if you would have had a house or a bill to pay, then that commitment of a mortgage in your home, you probably go, well, hang on a minute, I need to fucking get out and hustle and earn money. I need to get out there and fucking stand on my own 2 feet. Whereas if you haven't got the certain things, you know what I mean? Like, fuck it, do you know what I mean? Fuck this.
Yeah.
But if we go to where you've gone, right? Okay, you've come out of the sport, and you know you can go, look, fucking hell, like, wow, obviously it flies over, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, you think it's never going to end when you
think it's never going to end. You think you can, like, you know, you're living for today, aren't you? Whereas if you can, you know, we can talk about putting plans in place, and I mean at very young ages where obviously kids are still developing, and I want kids to look up to what you achieved, what fighters like you achieved, but also at the same time be educated on what you could have achieved and where you could have been and how to avoid. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah,
anyway,
understands.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? So that's me main goal.
Yeah, I'm right on it.
But let's go back to the Ainscough. So look, we
what are you going to say?
Through our 20s, right? Through our 20s. Yeah, it was that mad. We'd be like, you know, 2 performing elite level athletes in your case, and around about elite level in my case. And we'd be like going to Glastonbury, hustling, wouldn't we, for like 4 or 5 days. And
Glastonbury, man.
Do you know what I mean? We'd
crazy,
we'd
wasn't
be
it?
going down there, just getting smashed on fucking whatever. Do you know, like, you know, what's that? Well, Jack is a bit. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was just
great though.
It was great.
Never again, no.
And then, so you're bouncing around Glastonbury in a Kirkdale vest with that big hat on, with all the things on, with the bubbles on. It's yesterday.
Yeah.
It's yesterday. You're bouncing around Glastonbury, smashed. Hey, hustling, and the next thing you're surrounded by plod, aren't you?
Yeah, remember?
Hey.
Fuck.
And you're emptying your pockets to the plod, weren't you, at the same time?
You got all my money.
Hey.
Yeah.
And then I give it a little nudge. I nudged in.
Just, yeah.
And you managed to leg it, bounce, and you're all trying to get you bouncing off.
I was just looking for the weakest one and just shoulder charged me to death, jumped over him.
Yeah.
And his mate fell over him, and I turned out he was 5 busies on the floor.
I watched it. They all bounced off you. And like it was They were like hitting you like the Skittles or something, just bouncing off, you know what I mean? But that was
that was before I won the age. I wasn't being in jail or anything.
That's what I mean.
You know what I mean?
Because, again, choices. So where
I wasn't even as a career.
Yeah.
Boxing career.
Because if you would have went to jail then, you never know where it would have went. But where them kids who, obviously, when an event comes up like that, we're like, it's summer. We're going to get down there and see what money we can make, see what bits of hustling we can do, see what we can... But in the meantime...
We're all struggling now, don't we? We're at it, really.
That's what I mean.
But,
yeah, but look, hang on. Yeah, at that age, Neil.
Different now.
At that age, we're not teenagers. We're fucking grown men. We're grown men. So if we're not drinking, we're not going to go to Glastonbury, a party, and do this, that, and the other, because we're going to be working. If we've learned trades young, which good enough I did at 17, if we've got that structure and we've got them people around us going, look, this is your summer now, this is your time to pick up your strength conditioning, improve your slack times, get some additional sparring out the way. We go out of town, we'll go up here, we'll go sparring, we'll even get out the country and go and spar. If you're going to be an elite level performer, which obviously, then this is what you've got to do in them times. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm just like, it's mad though when I like come back from the Wales. I should have just turned pro then, obviously.
Yeah.
But there was no one I didn't know to speak to. I didn't have a clue about the pro game. There was only like Shane Airy in that pro that man, probably 2005.
Doing that well, yeah.
Berkey was Berkey in that probably. It was about that. Was he in the 90s? Was he?
No, Berkey was what? So
I'm sure he was round about
20 years ago. Berkey. Yeah, it's like mid 2000s now.
Yeah. I think he fought, but I didn't know who to speak to or not.
I think he fought Colin Dunn down in.
Yeah, he went. We went.
Dagenham.
We had the Scouts Weeks on, remember?
Yeah.
Been up something like that.
That's what I mean. I think he fought Colin Dunn around 2006, something like that.
It was 2005.
When he won the.
I don't think it was 2005 because that's when I was flying. I won 5 golds on the run.
Yeah.
2004. It might have been 6 after the Commonwealths, maybe.
Did you win 5 tournaments on the run?
Yeah.
See, it's unprecedented levels of success, Neil. Right?
You weren't going to send a team. He went, we haven't got the funding to take a team to China. You've got to stay there for over a week and have a hotel. And I was saying, listen to me, Olivia was just being born with an air condition at the time. So listen, I was promising Olivia I'd win her a medal, and I said to Seri.
I remember that, yeah. Remember the phone call?
Yeah.
Remember your phone with Klein saying that valves would...
Yeah.
No, I remember that.
Back to the front. So I said to Terry, listen, Terry, send me, please, I just won all them golds. So when you've got to send me, I said, I promise you I'll win a medal. Promise you.
Where was that at? What tournament?
In the World Championships.
Oh, the Worlds, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I remember speaking to you when you were having each fight, remember?
Yeah, and then like, he said, all right, we can send a small team. He said, he only sent 5 of us. I think there was me, Pricey, Don, Dolan. Who else was there? I think it might have even been 4, you know. Who else? That was, Langley. And Langley. That was the only source sent a little team. They all got beat the first fight.
Well, it's a tough tournament. I believe. I think the Olympics are getting dropped out of 2028.
Yeah, they're going. That'll just fucking. That'll just fuck amateur boxing up. That. I reckon. I
can't believe it.
I know.
I can't believe it.
And weightlifting as well.
Weightlifting,
yeah. That's terrible, you know. I reckon everyone will just turn pro, they'd have DVAs, because all the funding's going to go, because they only fund GB, don't they? They're not going to just fund England, they'll just fund them to do little camps, like they used to before you got the lottery funding.
Yeah.
And then they'll all just jib it, and it'll just go back to what it was like in the 90s and that.
So what's, do you know now, like, obviously we just, touched on before, like, what's your plans now? Like, I mean, obviously, you said the last 7 or 8 years or whatever, you just like you feel there's been a massive hole, and like it's been.
I'm all right now. I've been all right for the last few months, and I'm getting better. I'm all right now. I'm out of that
rut.
Bit of a rut. About the feeling in the brain and all that. You know what I mean?
Do you think that
I had a bit of a mental breakdown, Joe?
Yeah.
I did actually, to be honest. But
but you think a lot of us to do with like the structure and not really being in place after boxing.
Yeah, because you don't know what you're just living day to day.
Yeah, but that's all we had. That's all you had. Your life was boxing for so long. Coming out of it now, what's your plan to like? What's your plans going forward to put in place? I
haven't got the plans installed yet.
No, not installed. I mean, but what's your short-term little goals?
I just want to get healthy and fit. I'm getting there
healthy,
anyway.
Fit.
That's my main thing first, priority first. When you're fit and you're
get
thinking
straight.
Fit, I feel 100 times better now than I did a few weeks ago.
That's it.
100 times better. I feel like a new man already.
Do you know what I mean? So if you can feel 100 times better in that short space of time, you know, imagine what you can feel like.
Just don't want kids to go down that route.
In a year's time.
You know what I mean? It's horrible. And you can just see it. You can just see the kids who are going to go going that way.
Of course. But you know what, though, Neil? There are also a lot of kids in these clubs now who've started boxing who won't know, who won't realise that, like, when this kid or that kid's saying, come and do this, come and do that they're dragging them away from where they can go, what they can achieve. They won't know. They might not have coaches who, like Caney, don't get me wrong, absolutely outstanding coach, great fella. And he was great for me and you, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
Do you know what I mean?
No,
He was great.
the only person I ever listened to when I was in the ring was Caney.
Caney, yeah, because I
wouldn't really listen to no one else. I'd just be sitting there like that.
So, but if you know, if we can try and tap into and get people to support what we're trying to achieve here, which is helping kids fulfill the goals and stay away from all the bullshit. Life's going to throw bullshit at everyone.
It's getting worse and worse, isn't it?
It's getting worse and worse with the phones, the access to drugs, the access to all the shite they see on social media, the pressure, Neil. The pressure.
There was nothing like that when I was, like, see, all these boxers now, they get the record built up and all that as well. There was no one on the Instagram and all that.
Yeah.
The only time we got recognised was viewed in the paper.
Yeah.
I think MySpace was coming out then. That was it.
And you had the talent, though, to match it.
Imagine if there would have been, when we were boxing, there would have been Facebook and Instagram and all that. Do you know what I mean? You get your profile. You get your profile up there, you know what I mean? You have all kinds.
Yeah, because you get people who, I mean, look, you know, as far as I'm concerned, Conor McGregor's a brilliant UFC fighter. No way she's ever been in a ring with Floyd Mayweather.
I know. Must he get 100 million or something?
Something like that. But if you watched it, you go, I beat him easy.
He carried him for the full fight.
Carried him for 11 rounds, yeah. Which is a farce. But then obviously, look, I go like this, and people go, fucking, that's a load of crap, it's nonsense. That Jake Paul shit, I beat him. I go, look how much money he's worth. So he's clever. He's nobody. No, look, he can box. He can box a bit. Box a little bit.
Yeah.
He can do a little bit. He's game. He's got balls. People go. Oh, he's shit and he can't box and he's down. And I go, I don't know who you are to say that. I hate anyone.
You haven't even boxed.
I hate anyone ever saying any kind of.
Got to give them respect if you got in the ring, haven't you? Anyone?
That's what I mean. But I hate anyone who gives any kind of, like, I mean, he's that MMA. Anyone who gets in one-on-one with anyone. That's like, you know, it has got balls. Like, even white collar level. White collar, unlicensed. Jake Paul, you go, he's fucking, I go, look at the door he's got. I just open his mouth and having big balls and being prepared to fight these people. Because he's beat a couple of, like, decent MMA fighters, but they're not boxers,
how many fighters he had?
Under 10. I don't know.
I don't think he's had that many. He's about 4, hasn't he?
But he's fighting here Hasim Rahman Jr.
I'm sure that
who's a boxer.
I'm sure they're saying don't take the fight.
Yeah, because that Rahman Jr. will probably turn him over.
He's probably, what weight is he?
What
weight?
I think the cruiserweights. I think.
That's 5 fighters, Jake Paul.
5 as he had, yeah.
5 as he, yeah.
I thought it was around about that.
Yeah, under 10. Put him in the novice under 10s.
Me and him.
Put the novice under 10s. But you know what I mean? I go, well, Canelli's made a big profile for himself.
He never boxed as an amateur either, did he?
He's just...
He gets got that, hasn't he?
But he gets in the ring.
He
gets in the ring now, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Gets in the ring now, doesn't he? So you've got to give him respect for that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But anyway, look, let's we're gonna try and, like, as I say again, my goal here with fighters and who I want to speak to, we're just gonna try and get word out there to kids that, look, you are defined by your choices, aren't you?
Of course, it's all down to you at the end of the day, you know.
You're defined by your choices, aren't you? It's down to you, and, like, you'll go like that. You'll go, look, I didn't come out of it with the money or the credibility or whatever, or the titles as a pro. Get me wrong, you don't have every title under the fucking sun as an amateur. I didn't come out of it that night, did I? Say, but if you're gonna come out of it with something, this has got to be.
You make sure you got something to fall back on.
And it's a good message to pass on.
Yeah,
it's a good message to pass 100%. On. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, something to fall back on, but to give yourself the best chance of achieving this, you've got to stay away from these certain things. You know what I mean?
some of the things that we used to get up to in England, man. Some funny team, that job.
What, when you were away on squads and all that?
No, we were away after the boxing. Tell you this little story when we were in Sardinia. In Sardinia, I just won the gold medal. Stopped 4 lads in 4 days. The EU Championships.
Wow. Fucking hell, that's even that in itself. Look at that. Look how you've been able to say that for any fighter. Stop 4 kids, elite level performers, and won a gold medal in 4 days. Like, how many people can say that? Do you know what I mean? But go on, sorry.
We were all out anyway, all the lads. We were all having a bevy in this bar. It was like outdoor. That camera was over there as well.
No.
This little German, I think he was German. And he was like, he was doing everyone's head and he was trying to gag in with us, you know what I mean? Going, go away. And he was like that. He was like, doing something to a little Swifty. I've had him sparking him everything, flattened him. And then before I ran away, and then busies bounced into it. I ran down some street with Swifty in the middle of nowhere. We were on some complex. We had nowhere to go. And Swifty, we had to go back. So I went back, washed all my hands and that. And Busy's went into Frankie Gavin's and Tom Broad's room with big machine guns and all that. The lads were there. And in the end, Terry come in. Yeah. In the end.
Was booze involved?
Yeah.
Again, choices, innit?
Brandy.
Choices. And, fucking bladder knocking someone out and you've just been boxing for 4 days. Then when you look at that now, when you like undo that, you go, what the fuck was I doing there? I'm just like... Do you know what I mean?
And the next day, Terry was going, was it you? And I was kept saying, no. He was going, I know it's you. It was you, Neil. I know it was you. You could just tell by the guilty face. You know what I mean?
Did the Busy sniff you?
No, I'm sure he's a Freemason.
Who?
Terry, yeah, just sure this
had words with them?
He had the words and let me off.
Did he, yeah?
Yeah, I seen the lads and his eye was like that the next day.
Wow.
I'm sure they think he was a boxer, one of the German
boxers. What about that time in Australia when I was there?
He always goes on about that. He laughs his head in.
I was only there to watch yous.
Hello.
And I was with. I guess who I was with? I was with Linford Christie.
Yeah, he was in there in that club.
And then few other runners, what's his name? Like Devonish and people, Marlon Devonish and all them.
I was there.
Remember the kid's name?
Canadian.
The Canadian
the 64 key.
Donovan.
I can't remember. That thing, he was there as well. The Superman, they call himself Superman.
Adonis Stevenson.
Yeah, he was there. He shit himself.
No, he never. That kid was talking to me.
Yeah.
I'm just there watching you in the Commonwealth and I'm...
This was in the club after it,
I'm in the club. I know what he said to me.
Yeah, I was in the club with you.
Did you see what he said?
No, he said you were in first or something, didn't he?
No, he went, I was talking to him. I was starting about boxing. He went, should you fight them, but like smack me on the chest like that?
Yeah.
And I'm a light heavy, but I'm a small one.
Yeah.
So he's like nearly as big as me.
Tall as you, yeah.
He's like and I went to get him, I'm a light heavy, and he went, fuck off.
Did he?
He went, fuck off. Hit me in the chest and went, if you're a light heavy, I'll give you the first 10 shots and I'll knock you out. Right? And I said,
Coxie
no.
always goes on about it.
I said, look, mate, I said, I don't want no trouble. Just Adonis Stevenson standing there. I'm fucking glad he never hit me. I'm fucking glad he never hit me. I'd still be asleep now. So he's standing there like that, like just watching and I said, no, look, I'm trying to talk to this kid. Does it again. And you have the first 10 punches and I'll fucking knock you out. And I'm going, no, look. And I know he's just come out the Commonwealth. I know he's like a boxing, like a young lad being fucking stupid. Because in the back of my mind, I'm going, you're fucking getting it in a minute. You know, if you do that again, you fucking done it again. I just fucking absolutely ironed the kids out, right? And that Adonis Stevenson just went...
He shit himself then?
No, he didn't shit himself.
He just didn't want to get involved?
No, he just thought, you've been a cheeky cunt.
And you go, well, you like to say he deserved it.
He just turned around like that.
He said he deserved, like he
as if
deserved
to say,
it.
not to do with me, not my fight. He's seeing his mate being an arrogant, horrible little bastard. And he's seeing me give him...
He told him he was a pimp, he had like a little stick and all that.
He's seeing me give him 3 warnings, you know what I mean? And like... I just thought, fuck this, because he would have cracked me, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you got it, haven't you?
So I had to just defend myself. But Danny Price come and got me and squiddled me out the way, and I was outside, and Linford Christie, I go, look, man, you need to calm down. I'm going, no, him in there. And I go, fuck, I'm going...
Who Linford Christie saying that to you?
And then runners, Marlon Devonish and a couple of others, just won the relay, hadn't he? The relay gold.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm arguing with them by a flat on this kid, and I'm going... It's just because you don't think of him anyway. I'm talking to him being mates, you know what I mean? In the end.
It was like this crazy scout.
In the end, when I told him what had happened, he went, fucking fair play, deserved it. You've got to defend yourself. It was self-defense, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But funny stories, but again, like...
I know, it wouldn't have happened with Ale.
But did again. How much could you take though? Because in that case, it was like...
Chinatown, Joe.
You know what I mean?
Remember in Chinatown.
Again, me and you out. Fucking bladdered and what? You started fucking laughing at it, like the people working there, didn't you?
I ate one on the way out, and I got it on the back of the head with a baseball bat or a bit of billy bat.
That was a bit of a set too.
It was 4 o'clock in the morning.
Early in the morning, you're trying to get a scan.
Yeah.
And you cracked one of them, didn't you?
Yeah.
And then we got fucking battered, didn't we?
You get it from the head with the
I think we were getting it, but all kind of kitchen utensils.
Big ladles.
Big fucking, you know what I mean?
There's blood all over it. I just see it.
And my face.
It was red.
And my face was red, wasn't it?
Go, Neil. Let's go with that. Blood all over the back of my head.
But again, two young, nutty, crazy, drunken boxers. Hey, and like, that could have been a lot worse. We're lucky.
No, could have killed us. You never get nicked then, would they?
I look back at a lot of the time. Yeah, you said this to me ages ago. You went, seems that every time I drink, fucking things just go wrong. How true is that?
I know.
You just said it dead open and clear. How true is it that? Yeah, all the bad experiences in my life, apart from the ones you can't avoid, which are things that
someone's.
Do you know what I mean? Like things like what everyone's gonna get. No, all the bad experiences on top of that, aside from that, have been. Being alcohol related.
Everything.
Do you know what I mean?
Everything.
Everything. All the injuries sustained, bad experiences, for trouble you've gone into, crap. It's the devil, innit? It's the devil. And like, it's it's one of them, like, oh, fucking hell. Imagine if you never ever drank. Yeah, Mick Whitty, going back to Mick Whitty.
Didn't he ever have the thing?
No.
His life.
This how fucking switched on he is. He had a drink at about, I think he was about 15 or 16, talking to him the other week. I've been taking him on a pad.
I haven't seen him in 50 years.
Looks as well as he ever has. He's fucking still fit as fuck. He's doing great. And he went, I had a drink at about 15 and I come home and I burnt my legs by the fire and I got up and I felt like shit and I went, that's not for me. What a decision to make at that age.
And he hasn't drank since?
Drank since.
Mad.
1989 it was.
Last time he had a drink?
Huh?
Oh my God.
I
should have been hanging out with him.
That's what I'm saying. So the people who you're like, imagine me and you hanging out with Mick. Fucking hell, funny enough, we were laughing the other day. I was in Four Corners with him on the pads. He's still fucking bang.
Strong as fuck still.
Mate, I told you, didn't I? That punch he threw, I went, fuck, I
was it big overhand left, was he?
Big overhand left.
Yeah, I remember it.
He said,
that's when your nose broke.
My nose broke.
Broke, yeah, snapped.
Yeah, watch this. He went, this, my power shot is my big left hand over the top, but I can only get the power with the jab. And I watched this, and he like paused with the jab, hit the pad, and I just turned around. I'm glad that we're on my face again.
I remember sparring with years ago. Like, he was running out of your chest, what's going on here? Then he just picked me up and ran, picked me up. And Big Bear just ran into the corner with me.
Probably because you were fucking skating all now, know what I mean? But like I said to him, like, fucking hell, imagine making that decision at such a young age, such a knowledgeable decision to go.
Big decision for a 15-year-old to make, isn't it?
Even that, like, if we can go, if we're talking to young kids about boxing and their careers and go, look, hang on, there's a lad there who made the decision at your age to never ever drink. And if you look at the way he is now and how fit he is, I'll tell you now, he's fitter than the vast majority of fucking 20-year-olds.
Is he? Is he saying mad still?
Well, I took him for like between 6 and 8 rounds on the pad with the body pad on.
As well.
Super high pace. And he's honest to God, and he's due to turn 50 in January.
Is he nearly 50?
50 in January.
No, he was that old.
And he's still like super fit and strong and like switched on. But this is all to do with the choice he made at a very, very young age to go, that's not for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd love to. I mean, with your help, inspire young fighters or young people in general away from alcohol. Pitfalls they all face. And I mean, a lot of it's bravado and ego are wrapped up in it because, as you know, as a youngster, you're always trying to impress other people, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're always trying to like outdo other people. I mean, don't get me wrong, people do that all their lives. Everyone has got an ego, and then at that age, it's massively inflated by especially now, I can only imagine what's like with the kids.
The internet.
Everything. Everything, everyone's all trying to, I mean, I see it now, Sonny, a lot, you know what I mean? And I try to, point it out to him a little bit. But if someone would have pointed that out to me at that age, like about what my ego was doing to me and how it was affecting me in a bad way, where you're worried about what other people think or what other people's opinions are, that's no one's fucking business but theirs. Other people's opinions don't matter. That's not you or who you are. But to try and tell that to a kid coming up
They
now
don't
these days, or even any
You see
teenager.
kids killing themselves for people bullying them on the internet, don't you?
But now, like they've got Snapchat, they've got like Instagram, Facebook, and then WhatsApp, and honest to God, sometimes
what's that Spottygram? What's it called? Spotty something?
I don't know.
The Spotty. What?
Spotify.
Spotify is it called?
It's a music thing, isn't it?
No, what's that other thing he called?
Spotify's podcasts and music. Right?
No, what's the other one called?
YouTube.
No, not YouTube. There's another one anyway. What they're all using.
There's loads, isn't it? Just social media things, but then you get
TikTok. That's the one, yeah. TikTok.
Snapify. What's that Snapify thing? What is it? Anyone? Not like you, Neil. Not like you. But you know what, mate? I'll go like on a positive note. Like fucking hell, the times we had like
we had the best. Yeah, good times.
Amazing.
Good memories.
Boss memories, like I have no one of the boss memories, a really good one. Remember we'd have boss bars or even like a boss workout, and we go home, my mad and make his ribeye and carrots and peas and gravy, you know, we'd have a nice
scan. That time we went out one night and she made us that egg on toast. And we were like, oh.
Yeah, my mum was good like that.
Yeah,
she great like that.
I still love you, man, Joe.
My mum was good, yeah. So did I, unbelievably. And the feeling's mutual, obviously, with your man. I know she's fucking struggling a bit herself at the minute, and she with a bit of a bad hip, got a really bad hip, had she? But
it's snapped.
I'm sure if she's fucking after fighting you are,
yeah, she.
You know what I mean? It's double the fighting you are. She's you know, she's gonna crack on with it, isn't she?
She'll be all right.
She'll be all right, lad. Yeah. But look, yeah, going back to the positives from it, and you know, we had. I wouldn't. If you go back, I mean, obviously, no one can change any of the past. It's the past, it's gone. But if you look back and you go, you know what? If we had it again, like I would live it completely differently.
Yeah, if you knew what if you knew.
Do you know what I mean?
If you knew,
yeah.
If you could just put your head into that kid's head.
This is what I'm trying to do. This is what I want to do. I want to speak to you, and you've got the same as me. But look, you were a far superior performer to me. I'm not saying you're a better boxer because some of them spars me.
Whatever.
Don't start that. Hey, I couldn't miss you with that backhand over the top, remember? Remember used to fight in the body. Hey, I wouldn't. Obviously, we had amazing times, met unbelievable people. Great fights, you know what I mean? I mean, honest to God, I still, again, going back to Mick, who's one of my best mates, I still see people saying, they go, that fight with you and Mick. I see Danny Pieces the other week. You don't know Danny.
I don't know.
Danny was a very, very, very high quality boxer from the South End. He boxed for the Golden Gloves. I grew up watching him. I used to take the water to the corners when I was about 11 watching the ABAs. I always knew it. Even then, I was like, I'm going to be in these, and I never knew that fucking I'd be in them at 19 and even win them. But I used to watch Danny Pieces and go, wow, he's really, really good quality.
Danny Pieces, how old is he?
Yeah, he must be nearly 50 or 50-ish. Do you know what I mean? So like nearly about 9 years older than us, 51 maybe. He was brilliant, but I bumped into him the other week in town, and he looked great. He was with another good mate of mine, and honest to God, he said, Joe, that fight you had, he said, I've seen some fights in the park, he said, but that fight you had, Mick, it was the best fight I've ever seen in there.
Madness.
And coming from him,
blood was everywhere.
Coming from him, who's like a top performer, and I know that even like a lot of young people who are doing well now will remember that, because people still go to this day, because me and Mick obviously fucking killed each other.
Who's the lad you knocked out the next round? From Kirby, was he? That left cheek. It's the next round.
That was the first round.
Was that before McWitty?
Yeah.
Was he? What was his name?
I beat Tom Smith, didn't I?
Didn't you beat someone from Kirby? Knock him out. Was that Tom Smith?
Yeah. Tom Smith. He's again, that was a boss fight, Neil, and I was like fucking jumping up levels there, because Tom was a
good boxer.
You know, he'd been the star performer for a few years area wise, and I think he got to an ABA semi-final, lost to a really good kid, if I remember rightly, Paul Rogers, I think, who went on to win it. So he was like ABA semi-finals and things previously, and he was very good. He's a good coach now. He's training a few good lads up in Old Swan, I think, and he's a good friend now. But yeah, I had a boss fight with him. Great fight, 4 rounds, but just caught him in the last round with left hook, and it was. But then again, if I didn't, I mean, I had a massive element of luck, because that fight with McWitty was literally 50-50.
Yeah,
I'd been put on the arse twice.
It was on count back, wasn't it?
and a lot of beats want to count back. So that's like literally a fucking... It's a toss of a coin, isn't it? A count back. So I was lucky to get through there, but then for the rest of the tournament, I pushed on and, did too well, know what I mean? But it must have been, because for you were like, you come through as my like sort of understudy in the Kirkdale, hadn't you? You come through as my understudy. Yeah. And obviously, but you looked up to me and wanted to be where I was.
I win the ABAs.
Of course, but then you surpassed me. As a performer and as a boxer, you were levels above me, and I know that. Do you know what I mean? But to come up and like go past what you were trying to get to, where you were trying to get to, do you know what I mean? Must have been fucking great for you. You used to tell me about it all the time, remember? Well, better than you.
But remember the Worlds though, I thought I was going to win them that year. I was that confident. I think, I've been a boxer to Belarusian. I'd knocked someone out in the first round, and I beat the Chinese, I beat the Armenian, and I boxed the Belarusian. I was a boxed that Lara, Lara, his name, innit? The Cuban.
Elislandy Lara.
Yeah, I was a boxed in the final. And I was overconfident. I was going into it because I felt that good. I was like, no one can beat me. No one can beat me. I just thought I could beat anyone.
And you get like that.
And he went like that. He went like that first round. And just called me.
Lara?
No, I didn't box him. I boxed the Belarus in the semis. I was boxing Lara in the final. He boxed Lara in the final. And Lara beat him. But he was about 10 up after the first round. I couldn't believe it. So then I was chasing him. I gave him 2 standing counts in the last round. And nearly stopped him. And nearly stopped him right at the end.
And did he lose to Lara in the final?
He lost to Lara. So it's saying it went to you tough bastard. I walked over the corner. I felt like crying.
What who would you suggest is the best you've been in with? Amateur or pro?
None of the pros.
If you had to pick one.
I'm trying to think.
Because you can go like domestic or internationally, because don't forget, that's Stephen Swale was a mustard.
I know, but I was inexperienced then.
Yeah, I suppose so, yeah.
I'm trying to think when I was good.
I suppose so. No, okay, yeah, when you got to like where you were performing at like top level.
I can't pick one, but Andy Lee was good.
Yeah, he was good one. I forgot you fought him, yeah? You fought them all, didn't you?
This lad who won the Worlds from Kazakhstan.
This lad. Some lad.
It was in the final of some tournaments before the Commonwealth. Joe, you should have seen my face. I had a war with the junior European champion Ukraine and beat him by 1 point. And battered some lad from Bulgaria, and then I boxed an Uxbek, smashed him to pieces, and I boxed this lad who looked like Bolo off Insta Dragon. He was like that, just standing there, his neck was like that. I went, he hits with me hardest left, and he just rolls his neck like Bolo as well. Wow. He gave me an uppercut, and my lip just explodes. Wow. Should have seen me face.
Did he beat you?
He beat me, yeah, but it was in the final.
Where was he from? Uzbek?
No, Kazakhstan. I beat the Uzbek. It was just a Kazakh. Oh my God, I couldn't push him back. Couldn't push him back. He was like Bolo.
Too strong.
Strong. I just went back first. I'm just trying to box him. I gave him a good fight. He won the Worlds.
Yeah, but that's being able to adapt. Because I've fought people like that where I was a go forward fighter, strong and puncher, but sometimes you get in with someone and they can do them better than you. Yeah. So it's good to have a plan B. Good to have a plan B.
He won the Worlds, him.
What?
He won the Worlds, the next Worlds after that tournament.
Did he won the Worlds?
Yeah, he won the Worlds. And beat Germany, won the Worlds as well.
What would you say is the best thing that you come out of your boxing career?
Just the experiences.
Just the memories?
The memories, yeah.
The memories.
And like, I don't even really think of the boxing. Yeah. I think of them now and then when I'm on my own. Like but I like to think of all the laughs and all the good times.
Because you had a boss little squad.
Yeah, like, every one of them are all top lads. Top lads. Yeah. Every one of us got on.
A boss squad, yeah.
We're on a group chat now. We're all still on the group chat. Yeah. We all still skit each other and all have a laugh. I get the most stick, like.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
But I laugh at it.
Bet you give the most stick as well.
I give stick, I give it back.
See, because you were on with people who've really succeeded and excelled in like, I mean, look at Chunky, what he
Chunky to me.
Well, do you know, a boss lad, a good mate of both of ours, isn't he?
I'll tell you a little story, but do you know they got bonuses?
What?
They got bonuses. Chunky got 20 grand from the Olympics.
Yeah.
Pricey got a bronze and he got 5, and Jaffa got 5. No, they got 10, I think. I forget all the 5, I don't know anyway. And in the Commonwealth, we all got bonuses. It was down to me. It was down to me who got the bonuses. After I got the Worlds, I won a bonus.
Yeah.
So I won't name no names. It's a thingy. Anyway, you know what I mean, don't you? And he was going, I can't. I was going, listen to Kazakhstan Arts. I've just got £1 million.
Tell you it?
No.
Okay,
I'll tell you when we're finished. And
There's no secret, is it? Last time.
No,
Doesn't matter.
Well, it was Kingy anyway.
Yeah,
But anyway, it was, but he was saying he can't, and I knew he could.
But to be fair to him, he come across.
Well, he come across, he done well for me.
And Kingy, he massively put boxing on the map, especially Liverpool.
I know. So he got me a job at the council as well. That's why I didn't want to mention his name.
But look,
I've got nothing against him. I love Kingy.
Kingy, look, he's done a lot for everyone. Local, everyone involved in boxing, and he a lot for like local boxing, but also national boxing, international.
Yeah,
so
he got me $5,000 anyway,
yes,
and he got all the lads. So he should have given me a drop, shouldn't he? All the lads when they got the bonuses.
Maybe they can now. Maybe they can now. You know what I mean?
He's got chunky $20,000.
Yeah. But look, you were like obviously elite performer on that squad. Pricey had a fucking excellent pro career. Chunky did. Coxie had a good pro career. Who else? Swifty had a really good pro career. Fucking hell, yeah, he fought for 2 world titles as far as I remember.
Everyone. So Jaffa had, but he earned his hands, didn't he? But he's flying now, though, isn't he?
But he's done really well.
Yeah.
So
he's got a business brain, Jaffa.
Again, because he was like, he was a hustler, grafter. He was out working on burger vans by Sunderland ground when he was still earning money from England. So
little John Broadhurst and all. I think he got a Commonwealth.
Do you know what I mean? They're the people whose wealth of knowledge and experiences you can go, these are my teammates. Look what
Frankie's working though.
Frankie was the best amateur I've ever seen.
He's the best amateur I've ever seen.
Yeah. It was fucking ridiculous.
I couldn't catch you, just been running away. Couldn't catch him. I sparred him all the time. I used to hate sparring him.
Oh, he was ridiculous. He was ridiculous, wasn't he? Remember Chicago, 2007?
Yeah.
Remember how we beat that Tishenko?
Yeah, and he was fair. He was hot for everywhere, wasn't he?
Tishenko was. Frankie just schooling, didn't he?
Yeah, and he beat Valentino in the final, wasn't he? The Italian, yeah.
Was that the final? No, the Tishenko was the final.
I'm sure that was the semis.
Sure.
I'll have to find out.
I've got a better memory than you know.
Everyone has Joe.
How good he was. How good he was. How good he was. It was some squad, wasn't it? It was some.
Yeah, it was boss. It was brilliant. But they were all up to no good.
What do you mean?
We were all up to no good.
What, just having a bit of bevies?
Just having a laugh, all little shits.
Yeah, no, I know that, especially Frankie. Obviously, do you know what I mean?
He used to get his thing out on pictures and everything.
Yeah, chief of the wind-up. Know what I mean? But, you can look back at like amazing memories, know what I mean? And then, which are good to have. But now, like, Neil, this is the thing with you. I'd love, I don't know why you haven't been asked to fucking come and pass on your knowledge and your boxing expertise and your wisdom already by people, but I'd love to help you and you help me. Do you know what I mean? Because you've come on here now. When I talked about Zuby podcast, I want to pass on a message to young kids and young boxers specifically, because we can talk about the sport and they'll talk about who's better to speak to than you, because I'd love you to inspire and help young kids achieve their potential in boxing. Now you've got so much knowledge to pass on.
No.
And this all falls down to you just going, right, I'm gonna like help kids achieve their full potential in our beloved sport.
Yeah.
Is there something that you're interested in and want to do?
Definitely, yeah.
Look at the people you can, like, if you're talking to young fighters, even like a hall or an assembly room full of young fighters, you can go, yeah, you could ask any of the lads from that squad, if they're in the country and they're available, and you say, look, do us a favour, I want you to come and speak to these young kids for me and tell them how it was for us and how you done. Yeah. Imagine that for a young fighter, or even young kids who, look, getting into any kind of combat sport is going to give you discipline, determination, work ethic, you know what I mean, fitness. So then, bodily fitness is then tied into your mental fitness, structure. It's going to give you all them things. And then, obviously, if you can avoid the pitfalls and you can stay away from all the crap and all the nonsense, then it's going to help so many young kids' lives and futures, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Little question. Who's the best trainer you've ever had?
Chris Kane.
Without
a shadow of a doubt.
I know I've had all good trainers. Phil's a good trainer. Travis used to get you fit a bit. Get you
boxing
fit.
Knowledge-wise.
Boxing knowledge-wise. But Terry Edwards was brilliant to get my feet going, because I used to be like a bit of a brawler when I was middleweight, and I could move yeah, I know, but in and out, he was good at
that's
doing
when
that.
you're 69 though.
Yeah,
because you needed that movement, didn't you?
Yeah.
The thing that I loved most about
Franny Schmidt as well was a good trainer. He was good talker.
The thing I loved most about Chris Kane was it was never ever set in stone what he expected you to do. It was like, look,
you do it this way.
Do it this way. You had a plan B and C.
Yeah,
and it was
do your own way.
It was always fell down to hit and not get hit. So, he was never like rigid in it. Look, it's got to be. Some coaches are like, got to be this, got to be that. And he drill you and drill you and drill you and drill you.
Like
He'd give you multiple options of the same. Of the same scenario.
She go back, to be honest.
What?
Does she go back?
Chris,
what's he doing now? I haven't seen him for a while.
I think he's working on that. He's sound. I think Chris had such a long career in coaching and boxing, and then I think I just got a bit disillusioned with it. You know, after such a long time.
They shit on him in England as well, you know.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, he went out for a couple of pints, and someone blew him up.
Yeah.
And because there's nobody.
Okay.
He only
had
3 pints or something.
Yeah, I know, but they frown upon it. They frown upon it. Do you know? They won't. I'm not criticising Chris. I never would. You know, I love the man, but they don't want alcohol or people drinking any kind of alcohol around elite level performers. They don't. Now, I know they tell you
the story in a minute.
They have probably done a dirty on him because they could fucking definitely utilise his knowledge and expertise as an elite level boxing coach. But it is what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this coach, Mr. Spud, as I call him, he was an England coach, right? He's from the north to the northeast. I can't even remember his name, but I just call him Mr. Spud. It was me and Stuart Langley. We went to I think it was Finland, Helsinki. That's Finland, yeah. Went to Helsinki and it was minus 27, right? Something like that. The snow was that deep. And Stuart Langley was boxing the next day. And he's come to the nightclub with me, the trainer. And I swear he was absolutely...
The trainer come to a nightclub with you on the ale?
Yeah.
And you had a tournament?
I was out the tournament.
Oh,
he was
you boxed in it though?
I had boxed in it, I'd been beat.
On the ale?
With the coach, me blitzed. He couldn't walk, right?
Oh, no.
And he's in the corner the next day with Stuart Langley.
Really?
And he's fell in the snow. He's buried in snow, right? And he's going, just leave me, I'll be all right. So I was going, you're gonna die of hypothermia. I went, know what I mean? I can't leave you.
Like, there's ale for you. I'm sound. I'm all right. Hey,
so
trust me, I'm all right.
I'm all right. Minus 27, know what I mean?
I'm roasting.
I'm taking my top off.
I'm roasting. I'm dead warm. Go on. Hey, that's how much it kid. That's how much it kids you. I'm roasting. You think the worst ideas in the world are the best? I'm too hot.
And I've had to literally pick him up. Yeah, right. But this deep snow to my waist. And I've had to get him on my shoulder, march through the snow back to the hotel room on my back, and he's laughing his head off on my shoulder. Wow. And I've had to just get him, throw him in the Zoom, and when the next day, he's like that the next day. And Stuart Langley went, he was fuming, he was going to blow him up and everything.
It's a good job.
You could smell the ale when he was in the corner.
It's a good job, yeah. That's what I'm saying to you. So it's a good job you had the awareness, even though you're bevied yourself. Because if you would have been, fuck you then.
He would have
been dead.
Definitely,
you know
100%. It was minus 27.
What?
It was minus 27. Something mad like that, you know what I mean?
It's just, don't it? Kids, that's the best idea. Hey, the worst ideas in the world are the best.
Yeah, just leave me.
Hey,
just leave me.
But, no, do you know what, mate? I'm fucking... I'm made up to have because I mean, look, as I said before, we've lost touch over the last few years, but you're still, one of my best mates, and we have been really close since we started out, and it's boss to have you back in my life to an extent. I said to me, Bert, she went, I've never really heard you speak about me. And I said, I've got nothing to say, Joe. I said, they're just we just vanished a bit because he's away fucking doing what he's doing. But if you be honest here, I'm the person who's been the one most trying to get you to start.
I was just because of the hell.
No. Listen, doesn't matter about the reasons. I've been the one who's come to me, come on, let's fucking start doing this and get back onto doing this. And listen, I want this to be a catalyst for you. To get yourself back to your best or near your best. I mean, you get back to your fucking very best. But, because that was fucked, don't get me wrong, that was top class. But get yourself...
I just need to keep training and keep eating healthy and I'll be all right.
Listen, there's training, eating healthy and certain other habits, know what I mean? Yeah. Even coming to yoga with me, Neil, and things like that, know what I mean? I know, you might go, things where you just... I mean, I went to yoga. I go to Liverpool yoga studios right now, but a mate of mine's opening his own strength and conditioning place with a bit of yoga in there soon. Yeah, but little things I went and done yoga yesterday, and And honest to God, you've only been in the room just loosening, stretching, and I went out there at the cold shower.
I was trying to touch my toes today. Can't get near them anymore. Just put my hands right there, my feet.
Before?
No, I was just trying to stretch, you know what I mean?
So I nearly floated. I literally float out there.
I just feel like all like relaxed.
I got an ice cold shower. And like, to be honest with you, Neil, right? I mean, you know, it's all, yeah, therefore we're going next week. Like I'm at a stage in my life now where it's just like, you know, and this is for you as well. Do you think? I mean, do you think that what booze took away from us as athletes and performers? Do you think it's took away from you and your personal life? I think it's like affected your fucking relationships and things like that. Has it been a crutch? Has it been a crutch where you went?
Ruins all my relationships.
Really? That bad?
Yeah, especially my last one as well. Yeah.
Because there's a good chance that you probably could still be with Steph now, isn't he?
I think so, but no, anyway, let's forget about, I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, no, all right, Sam. Well, that's Sam. But look, but do you think that it's like it affects that side of your life as well? Because you know, it's
of course
like,
it does.
It does.
Because you just start arguing all the time when you're pissed.
Brings up arguments.
You don't really argue when you're normal.
When there's
always two sides.
Go like that. It brings up argument, but then obviously once the argument goes pear-shaped, then you just go and use that as like
excuse
you know
to get on the aisle.
It's another one just to like. It's a bit of a cop out, isn't it? But I'm open. Well, I think I've seen it in you anyway. Just for the past few weeks when we've fucking been getting back in the gym a little bit. Getting back in the gym, trying to get back fit. I'm spending a bit of time together. I mean, we'll go for a nice scan after the now and things, and you know, it's good to catch up and have that. But do you reckon going forward that if you can like lead?
I know.
You know, I can see it in your. I know you. Look, I know that you've had that wake up call. What you needed, should we say?
Yeah.
Where I know that you're gonna go right. Fuck that. That's no life. Right. I've developed these habits growing up as a young man, even as a fucking elite level performer, as a boxer. Now I'm going to stop them in my early 40s, and I'm going to live the rest of my life clean, happy. And I think you'll see you've seen it already, a massive change in your mental state, clarity.
If you keep healthy and fit, we could live another 40 years. If we could do, or 30 or 60. Whatever. 60, you're getting, what were you getting to?
Fucking I'll take 73. No, but I know that, like, and I know that I see it in you now, and I know you've got the bug back because you've sort of like, you've got that mentality where you've got a fight on your hands.
It's all or nothing.
When you had a fight on your hands, that's when you were in tune, and you've got a fight on your hands now. And I know that with the right choices and the way you're going to live now going forward, I know that everything, all the good things that have maybe been absent for a few years since boxing left, you know, boxing's gone now, it's over. Right? What we can do now, we can help young boxers. We can inspire young boxers, talk to young boxers, speak to, and then the rest of your life without that one. But hey, it'll just go better and better and better and better. You know the way you said, like when booze is involved, things just seem to get bad and get worse.
Everything. But when you stop drinking, things get good.
It's already
things since
you said before 100 times better.
It's already getting better now.
Hey, so in 6 weeks, how many is that going to be?
Don't start with the math questions.
Don't start. 600, isn't it?
I don't know what you got. I don't know what you're going on about.
No, but as you know, I'll just keep getting better and better and better, and then I know you're going to love and get a proper buzz out of when you see a kid. And when, there's no better feeling. You know yourself.
Mikey might get back into it as well. That'd be great.
No.
But I don't really want to train Mikey. I want to coach.
No. Look. Listen, don't even make that. I reckon you don't make that an option. I reckon you're his dad. I reckon you go and go, lad, look. And not force him or push him, go, look, ask him one question. Lad, do you fancy getting back into the boxing properly? And I'm going to be like right by your side now. I'm not going to try and coach you. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I'm going to keep you away from certain shit. So, do you fancy it? And if he says one thing, if he goes, yeah, there's your goal and your purpose then in your own son.
Yeah.
What better could that be? Because Neil, I swear to you, look, I honest to God, mate, there's no better feeling for me, right? I take our Sonny. I took him in the gym last night, and I just had the glove on the end of the pad.
Oh yeah, which in the idol?
In the idol, yeah. The glove on the end of the pad, little pad on. And honest to God, I left there only like 45 minutes, a little bit of strength, a few planks, but just had the glove out and he slip and slide, and I know the way I felt when I left there. I went, wow, I just felt so good watching him. He loves it.
He listens.
He listens brilliantly. Do you know what I mean? And I'm going to him, wow, if I can just watch him grow and what the feel good it gives me. And he's enjoying it. I'll never ever be that forceful fella.
Who's the amateur coach? Joe McIntyre?
He's got the Albertina brothers.
Oh, were they the amateur coaches?
The young Albertinas, yeah. James.
Oh, they're in the pros now, aren't they, Joe?
There's a few other good coaches in there, but the good thing about it, he's got a load of good kids to aspire to in there. He's got a load of like good kids who are performing well at a good level, and he's watching them, sparring with them, etc., etc. And I'm going, wow, and that feeling it gives me watching my son on that path is so exciting.
You had a few fights with his son, didn't you?
I had two.
Same coat. Same coat.
I had two. I had two. I know I always get it, but I had two. But you know, watching him do that, and I know that the buzz it gives you, especially you, same as me, you go, wow, much you Mackie back in, and you're like, oh, Mikey, come on, do you fancy an early run? Do you want to get down the beach? Joe's going to pick me up, I'll come and get you. We'll get down the beach and have a run. He's off school at the minute.
I asked him today, he don't get in the gym, mate, but he said he's been going to the gym, like, he's been doing weights, he likes the weights, doesn't he?
Yeah, but
you can still do that as well, can't you?
No, if you ask him 10 times, the one time he says, yeah, then how good he's going to feel. Then you can start talking to him and try to, look, I'm not saying try and manoeuvre him or manipulate him with any kind of career or sport or try and let him do what you could have done. No. For him and his lifestyle and his well-being going forward anyway. Do you know what I mean? Just to get it, your Mikey and saying with me, you and our Sonny.
Yeah, it'd be all right,
bossing it? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's like, well, look, honestly, it's like it's boss. It's great looking back on all your memories. It's boss talking to you, and I've been more made up. You know that you've come back into my life in a way. You know what I mean? Because you know we fucking best mates for years and years, and it's great. And I'm made up to see you back on the right path, and I want to, as I say, I want to fucking help you going forward, help you grow, and help you just get into like I think like if you can get into just passing on your knowledge and maybe a bit of coaching. I
want to get into the coaching, like, but I've got to be 100%.
This, yeah, to get yourself.
You've got to be 100% committed. If you can't let kids down.
That's what I mean. You know, never. So, like, never. I mean, I want to go back to coaching kids when I've got certain places in certain
a lot of time in it as well.
My business life, which I've got,
it's a lot of time
going on. You know, Jodie's got stuff coming off, which I need to help her with a little bit, but I'll help her grow business. She's doing what I'm doing. But when I commit to going in coaching kids, I want to do it where I can be there and I can be the one going, come on, we've got extra training today, we've got this, we've got that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm going to go for it, yeah?
Yeah, good.
It's right. Neil, boss, brilliant, mate.
Where's that arm wrestle?
Come on. You've called it on now. Hey, when we get this restaurant,
when I get a bit stronger.
You've had it. I love it, boss. That is right, Neil.
Nice one, mate.
Thanks, mate.